So are you guys ready to start?
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
All right. Shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites, and we're here to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom called Babylon the Great. We're going to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh
Well,
Shai,
you know,
Bashem,
that-
Yahweh.
that-
So I'm the brother Kawak,
Brother, I'm on.
the brother Marakab.
and today's lesson is going to be about worlds, or how many worlds we're living in. Because if we can go into Hebrews, I think it's, let me see. I think it's 11, 1 in 5, or let me make sure, because there's many worlds that we're living in. Because the world that we're in right now is, everybody that prays to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that's one world, and everybody who prays to Satan that's another world. And the thing is, the people don't understand that, and we're going to try to help them today. So
Yeah, it's in Hebrews. I believe Hebrew 11:3.
yes,
Okay, I get it. Hebrews 11:3. Through faith, we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of the Most High.
yeah, it said worlds, right, with the S.
Yup, the worlds were framed by the word of the Most High.
And a frame is like, a picture. It's like a painting. So
That's right.
the Lord is painting a pretty picture right now. We don't, you know, we don't have to do much except point it out. So right now, let's see.
Yeah, I said it before too. There's two worlds: the world of evil and the world of the righteous.
Yeah,
You know.
Mm-hmm.
that's right. And if you take a look around the world right now, you see people snatching. You see the devil's people, and you see God's people, and then you see the other people. So there's the tribe of man, the tribe of wicked, and then the tribe of the sons of God, right?
Yeah,
So
the three classifications.
that's right. So right now we're looking at, in the place where we're living at. There's ICE agents, right? And they're taking up Latinos and all kinds of brown Hispanics, or members of the tribes of Northern Kingdom. You know, so in Hebrews, and you got a preset.
Uh, let me finish it. Let me finish it off. It says, through faith, we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of the Most High. So you got to have faith, to be able to see the picture, that the Most High framed. You got to be to see the truth. You got to have faith,
Uh-huh.
right? And then it says, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. So people, they don't actually see what they're looking at. You know,
Yeah, that's
they
right.
they see Jesus Christ and they think it's the Lord, right?
Yeah, because
But
they'll see a spokesman for that white Jesus, and it's always going to be a white person, right? It's always
they
going
don't
to,
understand. They don't understand the picture.
yeah.
You know.
So they're gonna and they're gonna say stuff like, "We got to get rid of these immigrants," or "We got to get rid of this motherfucker or that one," but they're the ones that are the problem, right? So the word in worlds is the aeon, and it's Strong's G165, and it's forever, an unbroken age, a perpetuity of time, eternity, the worlds, universe, period of time or age. So right now we're in Esau's ending. If somebody can get what's it called, Ezra's 6 and 9, or yeah, Esau's the end of this world and Jacob's the beginning of it.
Right.
And right now, you can see it because these Edomites are scared. They're scared. No, and everybody is fed up with them. You know.
They're saying the chariots too, though.
Oh yeah,
Esau, the one who got explanations for that.
yeah. And I seen a funny. It must be true, but it was funny to me. It was like somebody said that they seen a little devil, the alien, get out of a spaceship and electrocute a man, and then get back in the spaceship and take off. That shit was funny. Then they're gonna see more of that, because the Ecclesiasticus, it says that there's spirits created for vengeance, right? What do you want? So why were they created for vengeance? What happened? These ever since the beginning of time, this devil been jealous. You know, if somebody got second Esdras,
Yeah, I got it right here. Yeah. Uh, Second Ezra 6 and 9, it says, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth."
dang, yeah. So you could see right now that and it's funny because it's the 250th anniversary of this kingdom, but everybody's coming up against it now. And how funny is it that they're trying to get rid of the U.S. dollar and put a digital dollar? They're trying to change that up. It's because the United States is a criminal. You know, they're they're the only country that has a green card to invade, but they don't want to give you a green card so that you can come in to their country. And they'll say stuff like, "Yeah, we got to get rid of these immigrants," but they're the immigrants, you know. So yeah, I got Matthew 6:13, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. It says, Amen. But the thing is, it's his kingdom right now. You could tell it's a wicked kingdom. You know, Job 9:24. If somebody wants to get that, it'll tell you that it was practically given into the hands of this devil. So everything that he does, he's got permission to do. Nobody's going to stop him until Judah and Israel, uh, you know, get their powers or get delivered and then start handling the business. But here's the word is aeon. So it's a kingdom. It's a time. It could be a world. It could be a kingdom. It could be a period of time and an age. So right now we're witnessing Esau's kingdom. You know, it's
Mhm.
it's a terrible thing because you got the Epstein files, and everybody's saying release the Epstein files, but the Trump is in those Epstein files, and he's doing everything except releasing those files. You know, he's releasing the UFO files or whatever files, this that. He's giving other businesses their tariff checks, but you ain't getting nothing. And he was caught saying that he doesn't give a damn about the American people. He don't give a damn about your financial situation. So instead of us telling you, look, this is the devil, why don't you just look at his actions? Because he don't really care about you. you know?
Yep,
And
it's that good Lord.
yeah. And it's funny because the Edomites, they see that he's a child predator, a pedophile, and they're still defending him. So it's okay for the devil to be the devil, but we can't be gods.
We can't even be Israelites, though. We can't even be ourselves.
Look at that. My tablet was listening to me. Do you guys hear that?
Yeah, yeah.
It's telling me. It heard my whole thing. But that's how they get the information, right? And it said that sounds incredibly frustrating and disheartening. Of course, we're dealing with the devil, right? So right now he was spying on us, but that's okay. You can spy on us all you want. It's not like you haven't heard it before. You know, somebody got Job 9:24.
Yeah, I got it. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
Dang. So Russia is sending messages. They're saying that they have the true image of the Lord, and they're bringing out black images of the Lord, right? Of Yahushua. But why are they doing that? Because it goes against what the devil says, right? This
Yep.
world, he covereth the faces of the judges thereof. So that's one thing. And if they got that image and you got the different image, there's a discrepancy, right? How many times have you gone to the store and you count your change and the cashier counts the change and you get the right change all the time, right? But what happens when you get the wrong change? Aren't you gonna say something?
You'll say something. Yep.
But right now, people ain't saying nothing. They ain't saying anything. They're defending this guy, you know,
Hmm.
and they could show him do all kinds of foul, wicked stuff, and they'll still defend him. They have pictures
Yep.
of him zipping down Bill Clinton's pants, getting ready to, you know what? They have them like they have all, but the thing is, every official in the government is guilty, and the reason why they canceled that show To Catch a Predator is because they were discovering that they were catching nothing but officials and police officials and government officials and teachers and all that stuff. The people that you're supposed to trust, right?
Yeah. I think not too long ago they caught I think it was someone in Congress or council, something like that though. That the wife though um she she like her husband was like I think in Congress or something though,
Yeah.
and she put a camera though, and then this motherfucker was having bestiality, sex with the dog and shit. And then she saw that the video, she immediately divorced him, immediately moved out the dog away.
Oh
But
man.
this is somebody that's in the up there though.
Yeah. So those are your people, Esau. Those are your people.
Yep. I got a precept.
Bring.
Proverbs 29:2, it says, "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn."
Damn.
You
And the
know?
righteous are in authority, but the righteous are not in authority right now. And what do you see right now? You see a lying sack of potatoes telling you things that are not happening. Like Donald Trump is telling you that he's going to open up the Strait of Hormuz. He can't open up anything.
Can't do shit. Yeah, 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 yeah.
He's telling you that everything's going to be okay. He doesn't know that. He's trying to distract you. Why don't you take it upon yourself to go catch that motherfucker and turn him in? Because you guys are protecting him and you guys are ashamed. So let's see. Can you read that one again? That was a good one.
Proverbs?
Yep.
Proverbs 29:2, it says, "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn."
Damn, the people mourn.
Yeah, because even Esau, his people, they're mourning though, because man, I just seen a statistic saying that 40% of people, 40% of Americans don't have fun anymore. There's no fun in this country. So it goes to show, man, that's a big percentage though. So that's pretty much like half of the Americans here in the United States though, they can't even have fun. Why? Because they gotta pay all these bills. They don't got money though. So their mirth is taken away though.
Yeah. And that's not a thing that we didn't know was going to happen because we've been telling you.
Yeah.
Can someone get Matthew 13:40? Because it's talking about we're talking about the time period. So this time period's almost over, you know. But at the end of it, it's gonna get so fucking weird that you're not gonna believe it. So right now they're gonna be like, oh look at these. They already disclosed some aliens. They said that there's lizards. They said that there's Nordics. There's tall whites. There's the grays. There's this. There's that. And that's not what the people, your people, want to hear. They want to hear about the Epstein files. They want to hear about those predators. You know, someone get that?
Yeah, I got it. Matthew 13 and 40. As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world.
So that's what's gonna happen. You know, people are gonna be sifted. There's gonna be separation, and there's gonna be violence, right? Because in Ezra's 15 chapter, I believe, it talks about how people are gonna break into your house, and or maybe it's the 13th chapter, but we know that there's an end of a situation and the beginning of another one, and towards the end of a something is the worst part of it because it's collapsing, right?
Yeah.
This government is collapsing, and how do you know it's collapsing? Because the ruler of it, the the, the king of it, is having sex with kids, and you're okay with it. They're eating babies, and you're okay with it. I know for a fact that if I cut in front of anybody in line, they would say something, right? They would be like, "Hey, man," but you're not saying anything about what's important to say about, you know? So right when it said the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world. He said the key word is this world. So the Lord was talking about his world right there, you know, that at that time and this world at this time. So you can't tell me that he didn't tell you. He did tell you, but at the same time you got scared of him and you try to get
Mhm.
rid of him, you know?
Uh, Precept
Bring it.
Second Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So there's the two worlds. One is Esau's world, the other one is Jacob's world to come.
That's right. And it has to be like that because the two worlds don't mix, you know? They disagree. And that's why Jacob and Esau were fighting in Rebecca's womb, you know, because they didn't agree with each other. They're like, "Oh man, you're wicked and this and that." How do you know that? Well, because she said it. Is Lord, if this be, you know, separate them from my bowels, you know, like hurry up and let me have them. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
And it says, under the sun, there's wickedness and righteousness together. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Yeah.
So
this is the plan.
yep. And at one point, people are gonna have to say, "That's enough. That's enough wickedness."
Yeah. I got a precept if the
Bring it,
brother's done.
bring it.
Con.
This is the book of Sirach 10 and 4. It says, "The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable." So we understand that this devil is in control of this world right now, and he defiles it though, you know. So a righteous king is gonna make it profitable,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
And that's Yahweh. He's gonna make it profitable. So, where are we at right now? Like, what are we doing in this world in this period of time? Well, we're we're at Matthew 13 and 41. It says, "The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and them which do iniquity." So we're waiting for those angels, right? I'm waiting for them. That's a good thing, right? To wait for. So, and now, um, what is the point of us telling you this? Well, when you hear that the white man's the devil, you get upset. and you start to fight back. But look at what he's doing. In Second Thessalonians, um, I think 2 and 4 is it, if anybody wants to get it. It'll tell you that lest there be a separation, you know, you have to be, and there's nothing worse than a Negro and a Latino that are for Trump, or especially a Native American. Remember, he said you don't exist anymore, Native Americans. Trump said you guys don't exist anymore.
Man, that's cold, man.
That's cold, right?
That's fucked up, yo.
And the whole government of the United States was getting um was setting up militias and little armies to eradicate Native Americans and getting paid. That's history. You can look that up, especially in California. The California government, Governor Newsom went to different tribes and he said that he literally apologized for that. We don't want to hear no fucking apology. You know, that's ridiculous. So what is this? What does this tell you, right? If Esau is the end of the world, what happens at the end of civilization? Things get crazy, right? Things get crazy.
Mhm. It always happens like that, you know. And then if the rulership though just shit hits the hits the fan, and then this, destruction comes afterwards though.
Yep,
If not, destruction comes from like these the different captivities that we're in though, from the Syrians, all the way down to the Romans. They always got taken down by by each other power seat though.
yep. Uh, Someone can get Luke 9 and 25, and then someone get Luke 4 and 5, and whenever you look at the word world, all you got to do is type it in the Blue Letter Bible, and it'll tell you different things about it. It's not just one meaning, right?
Want me to get that Luke 4 and 5?
Yeah.
Or not? Luke 4 and 5, it says, and the devil taking him up into a high mountain, that the chariot though, because the devil
Mhm,
has a chariot,
mhm.
showed unto him all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time.
All the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time. That means like that. Boom, like
Hmm.
that. So, that's really difficult right there. This is a lot of information. All the kingdoms of the world. Every kingdom during every time period. And he said, and then what did the devil say? You can have all this if you worship me. And then the Lord said, bitch, I'm the Lord. You know? So one thing is the chariots, right? The chariots interfere. Like there's a lot of chariots that shoot down ICBMs and nuclear devices and shut down nuclear reactors. Because in California, there was a evacuation that a tank is leaking chemicals.
Chemicals, yeah, down south.
Yeah, that's wild.
Shit, crazy shit.
That's
This
wild.
is under the rulership of this devil, man. And
Yeah.
that shit could have been on purpose too, you know?
hmm If you got Luke 9 and 25, right now is the perfect time.
I got Luke 9 and 25. For what is a man advantaged if he gain the whole world and lose himself or be cast away?
Yeah, what's it gonna be if you gain the whole world? Like Mr. Trump or any elite, they have a lot, right? But at what cost? Any one of them could donate enough money to end world hunger.
Oh hell yeah, they do.
If they're so righteous, why don't they fix the fucking planet up? Why don't
Yeah.
good things come into their mind and fix it up? You were gonna say
Um,
that?
they got enough. All these billionaires, though, they got enough money to give each American $13 million.
Why don't you?
All these motherfuckers could give. If they got together, they could give each American $13 million, though.
Yep.
But they're not going to.
And the reason you know why they're not going to is because they're wicked. Like, what is a bit? What if he gain the whole world and lose himself or be cast away? Well, so what's the purpose, right? You did all this dirty stuff, and now you're guilty of crimes because all these people that got the money, they got it from slavery. You know, they had to do something before to get it. You just don't fucking get that kind of money.
Mhm.
That don't make no sense. And even the people that are are like millionaires. There's millionaires and billionaires, and there's the elite that own the banks. Like,
Trillionaires.
yeah, the trillionaires. Why don't they fix up the planet? Why don't they end diseases? Why don't they end world hunger? Why doesn't everybody have free electricity, free healthcare, a car? Come on, man. What kind of king is that? What kind of kingdom is that? Like, come on. You're excluding all those people because you need someone to tread on.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot what place it was though, but there's a country though where I believe the tires though, if you need new tires, they'll just give you new tires though. They're not gonna charge you though.
Yep. And
Yeah.
I just found out that Muammar Gaddafi, uh, he found some water under Africa, some fresh water, and they stole that shit from him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, Not only that, Muammar Gaddafi was giving everybody $50,000, I think, a year in his country just to
Yep.
fix this thing, fix it up.
Yeah, because he was the ruler of Libya, man. He was the first person that tried to bring up the bricks though, try that currency into gold though. He was the first power move that tried to make it into the currency into just fucking with just gold though, and that's it, which I mean gold is the real money though. But
Yeah,
what they do?
they keep it for themselves.
Mhm.
And gold is not supposed to be used for anything else other than currency, right? Now, currency doesn't mean um, just money. It's supposed to help with your current in your body. You have a current of electricity in your body, so you're supposed to be wearing it too. You know,
Yeah.
to help your signal. Just if you want to watch Wakanda, I mean not Wakanda, Black Panther. All of those Wakandanese are wearing gold or silver or some. Even if you take a look at India, in India, people wear a lot of gold. They wear a lot of silver. They wear
Mhm.
both
Gold.
gold and silver. But right here, we can't even have silver coins. We don't have no gold to buy or to get, you know? And another thing is the resources, right? Like electricity, like gas. Everything that they're doing affects how much you're gonna pay for that. When when you have a customer, you have to provide a service, but we're not customers. We're slaves, right? They'll threaten you with, "Oh, you're not gonna get electricity." Look at what's happening. Look at across the country, people are losing electricity, water, gas, and we don't even know about it.
They're not even talking about Cuba either. What's going on in Cuba?
They're not talking about Cuba. Cuba doesn't have electricity.
Hmm.
They're trying to
It's
fuck
already,
everything up in there,
yeah.
and I bet um, when people hear that, they're like, oh, good," you know. And you'll know that those people that are proud of that situation, they have never been in a situation.
Inflation, yeah. Um, I looked into that definition of the word world in the Luke 4 and 5.
Yep.
So it's oikomi,
Yep.
and then because in the blue letter it gives you these different definitions, right, and everything, and it says the Roman Empire, all the subjects of the empire, you know. So with like he could have been the ruler Yahushua of that time though, but it was not his time yet to be the king yet. I mean, he is a king, but the rulership on the earth though, at that time, he wasn't yet though. It wasn't yet.
Yeah, because he said, "This were my kingdom, my servants were durst fight,"
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and that doesn't mean that we're just gonna pick up weapons and form armies. It's gonna be Samson's getting let loose. You know, Joshua
That's why.
doing
Yeah.
miracles. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that's why he got Peter. He told Peter so.
Mm-hmm.
He told Peter it was not at the time yet. It was not. He lived by the sword, he died by the sword. It's like brother said though. It wasn't a time yet to get like that. But when it comes though, like brother said though, it's gonna be a bunch of invincibles.
Yeah, and the part about that is that's why Esau does what he does, and he tries to get rid of us. He tries to kill us. He tries to kill us when we're weak, when we're babies. He tries to abort us. You know. I got John 1:12. But as many as received them, to them gave he power to become the sons of God, even them that believe on his names. You know, and that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense why you shouldn't start calling on the name Yahushua. And we got people selling out for cars, for 20 minutes of fame. Look at Gorilla Hebrew. He's not even with Cardi B anymore.
Yeah, she got back with her baby daddy though, that football player.
And you know what? The thing about that is, women will go to wherever it's good enough for them, according to what they need. And you know, how you gonna jump from a football player to you know a gorilla Hebrew or anybody else, man? That dude's an athlete. He's got more stamina than anybody else. So we're right then and there. The difference is in the bed is that's why she left him because women always try to go for the better thing, and she was thinking, "Oh, I'm not getting it good from this guy," so she went back to that guy. That's what they do.
Yep.
All right. So I got John 1:10. He was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not. So there's three mentions of the word world, right? So he was like the brother said, he was in the world, but he could have had his kingdom, but it wasn't the time, you know? Damn. And that coming not for
Yeah,
long.
because he could have released those the Legion of Angels, man.
Yeah.
He had the power though, but the thing is, like I said, it was all according to the will of the Father.
And sometimes you got to do what the father says, and all the time you got to do it, right? So if the world is already his, and Satan tried to offer him the world, he tried to offer him stolen goods, right?
Yeah.
What are stolen goods? I mean, we're stolen goods. Israel and Jacob, I mean, Judah in the northern kingdom. Oh, we're stolen goods, right? Because how the hell did we become somebody's employees when we're supposed to be ruling the world?
Yeah.
Because we broke the law, right? All right, so let's see. And that world, there's the word is oikomen. So when you look that up, the word oikomen, it should be G 2, 8, 8, 9. That's what it is. But it'll also give you a precept. I'm gonna show you right here.
Beautiful.
So it'll tell you First Peter 1:9. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
So what First Peter 3:3 it says, "Whose adorning let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair and wearing of gold or putting on apparel." So what that means is the people are his adornment. So you remember I was telling you about gold that helps with the currency. So in this uh, uh the world is ornament, decoration, adornment, and then you have to look at the stars, right? It says the stars, arrangement of the stars, the heavenly host as the ornament of the heavens, and it gives you First Peter 3:3.
Mhm.
But here's the thing: the world we're in now is going to change to the world that we're going to be in charge of, and there's not going to be any of that child eating, baby eating. Not going to sacrifice any babies. Not going to do none of that stuff.
Yeah, add a precept if I get.
All right, go ahead.
This is Revelation 22:5. It says, "And there shall be no night there, and they need no candle, neither light of the sun, for the Lord giveth them light, and they shall reign forever and ever." You know that light is that wisdom, though. So I'm not saying like the sun's not gonna be up. The sun's gonna be up though, but the light represents that the righteousness though. The wisdom. You
Heck
know.
yeah, because wisdom is what you need, right? They call that the light.
Hmm.
And what happens when you're in the dark? You don't know anything. You can't see anything. You don't know where nothing's at. But what happens when you're in the light? Now you know where everything's at and where it's supposed to be.
Can I get six real quick?
All right.
Six. It says, "And he said unto me, These sayings are faithful and true, and the Lord power of the holy prophets sent his angel to show unto his servants the things which must surely be done."
So the prophecies that have to happen.
Mhm. Yeah, because through us though, the telling the people about the prophecies though and things to come though, you know?
Yeah, because the prophecies are already here. They're already happening. You know, it's like a watch. A watch has three hands: a minute, a second, and an hour hand. So each one of those hands tells you what time it is, according to the second, the hour, or the minute.
Yeah.
And we're at the hour of our temptation. You know, the digital currency is going to turn into the mark of the beast. They already working on those little chips. They already got everything figured out. It's time to roll it out.
Hmm.
And that's why they have those data centers. That's why
Yeah,
they're.
those
Yeah, go ahead.
no, I was saying those are the data centers that man, I think they take a lot of water, right? They're taking like millions of gallons, right?
16 trillion gallons.
Shit. God damn.
And then the Rio Grande is dry because of that. They took all that water from New Mexico, the data center in New Mexico, and now there's no water in the river because of that. So
Fucking the devil, man.
yeah, and they're building more. They're building more because
Man, they have some over here in the California, man. They'll probably dry up the Pacific Ocean over here, man. That's why this devil needs to get stopped though, because that's why it says that's a prophecy too. I think it's Matthew 24. It wasn't for the elect's sake though. The devil will all be dead though. But the times are shortened though for the elect's sake though, because if this kingdom continues, we all be dead.
yeah, and the world's gonna start to notice that everybody's like pushing back at this guy, and he's a damn liar. He'll be like, "Oh, I went to China to do some talking and tell them how it's gonna be." But no, that's not how it happened.
Mhm.
You got told how it's gonna be. All right, let's go to Romans. If we can get Romans 1 and 8, and then someone get Romans 3 and 6, because Paul was a prophet. You know, he was telling you what's gonna happen. He was telling you the words of Yahweh Shem Yahweh, and he was working hard. He went to prison a lot of times. He went to travel throughout the world, known world, and he was doing the Lord's work when it was hard to do the Lord's work. Right now, it's easy. We got the internet.
Yeah.
You know? We got the internet, and then those people from Gorilla Hebrew or the what's the other mother lovers? The Deacon Hakan. They
Oh,
don't.
Genesis,
Yeah, they don't respect Paul. You know,
his writings though, right? It was more that big-headed Hakal, man. That motherfucker.
Deacon Kaka.
Yeah, he's the one that don't respect the letters of Paul, though. You know.
What a damn idiot! Like Paul actually had conversation with the Lord Yahushua after he was already transfigured. So he was having holy conversations. Like yeah, it's always a holy conversation with the Lord, but he was getting direct information straight from heaven.
Dealing with, yeah, straight dealing with Paul.
That's why people get jealous. Like, how the hell do you know that? Like, come on, man. Where we got Romans 1 and 8.
Yeah, I got Romans 1 and 8. First, I thank my power through Yahweh Shai Mashiach for you all, that your faith is spoken of throughout the whole world.
See, and Paul knew that this was gonna happen. Like the internet was gonna pop off, right? And when it popped off, then everybody started getting in touch with each other, writing emails, you know, playing games on platforms. They were having platforms for this or that, Yahoo uh, platform, and everybody would play games and they would talk shit to each other. That's how you get to know each other. But then on a serious note, when when the truth started getting out there, and then GMS came on the scene, then the whole world started paying attention a little closer. Like, what do you mean that this is going to happen? Yeah, because when you have time in the world, you see things that is going on, and then you come home, and then the world does not follow you home because at home your world is different. Like you stop doing those crazy things. Like you don't like when you're at home, it's supposed to be peaceful. You know, you're supposed to eat, rest, and energize yourself. But when you go out into the world, you're getting drained. You know, you're not at ease. You're getting sick. You go to work, you get sick. You're just taking danger. You know. So how do you fix that? You got to pray, right? So what we're gonna see right now is the faith spoken of throughout the whole world. Because right now is a good time for somebody to have faith. It's a good time.
That's right.
All right, let's get Romans 3 and 6.
Romans 3 and 6, it says, "God forbid, for then how shall God judge the world?"
Yeah. So just because people don't believe, and then Romans 3 and 3 is talking about how people don't believe. So if people don't believe, how is God supposed to judge the world? Hey, you know? So if what in the verse before that it says, "But if our righteousness commend the righteousness of God, what shall we say? Is God righteous? Is God unrighteous who taketh vengeance? I speak as a man." So all these things that are happening ultimately are happening because of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai's making them happen. So how is he supposed to judge the world if he doesn't show you what happens when people do the things that you're not supposed to do?
Yeah, because that's why he uses the prophets, though, to tell you, though, the to do's and not to do's. And now we live in a time where there's camps everywhere, though. You know what I mean? There's the internet, there's the camps everywhere. These top podcasters, have spoken about the Israelites, though. You know what I'm saying? So there's no such thing as, oh, I had never heard about the Israelites, because on Sunday, um, at the camp over there in Avenel, and this guy, came up though, and then he was just interested of what I was doing though, and I asked him though, have you heard about the Israelites? And he said, yeah.
Yeah.
So even him, he knew though, you know, and he was a so-called, he looked white though, but I explained to him about the speckled bird though, and broke it down to him, and he had no offense to that though. So even like I said, even dude, that guy from Avenel, he even knew about the Israelites though, you know.
Yep.
So no excuses though.
It's just going around,
Mm,
and it keeps going around because it goes on an algorithm, and it keeps coming around, and then people talk about something, then it comes up. But I like the part where I like the part where people from anywhere around the world get to hear what the truth is, and they get to do something which nobody gets to do, and that's have faith. You're not chosen because of where you're at. You're chosen because of who you are. You go back to the line of Jacob, um, that's it. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
yeah, that's right though. It don't matter where it don't matter where you at though. It's just literally used if you're chosen though. Yeah, how this brother said though, because you know probably through camp though in these different little towns and or those big cities though. But if it's not it though. Like I brought this out too though. There was a scoffer with the apostles though, saying that why don't they go to the hood though? So they had told them or something like that, like how come they don't go to the hood though? So remember the apostles, I don't know if you brothers remember though, but remember they went to Harlem, like
Mhm.
in a busy street though, sidewalk though. And the apostle Hart said not one nigga stopped by and to see what we were doing though.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Yeah. But what I mean, that scoffer who that was though was just to say that shit. So it's like, see nigga, like it just if you're chosen, you're chosen. If you're not, you're not. And that's just the way it is though. It don't matter where you're at though. And that's the thing. So the apostles proved that scoffer, they proved him wrong. And like I said, though, even though our apostles didn't have to really do that, but they still did it though, and
Right.
shut up that dude though.
And that's perfect because now they can't say you have never been to the hood.
Yeah, yeah.
And we go to the hood all the time because all of Stratford is a hood. All of Avenel is a hood. To,
Yeah.
you know, Lemoore is a hood. I don't know anybody from this area that is not from a hood. You know what I'm saying? That we got people mixed with each other, but it's not like a fucking the worst hood in the world. Like that's what that scoffer's trying to say. How come you guys don't go to this place or that place? Well, you know, it's not meant for you. You know,
Hmm.
the word goes wherever it goes. And you don't know. Yeah, I'm talking here in my house, and the brothers are in their location, but we're all gonna load up this video, and it's gonna go out to different parts of the world. Like earlier today, I was watching the brother Monocrob's video about the women. I forgot what it was called, but it was like was showing about women, right? And I was watching it, and I was like, man, the reason why people protect women is because they're just desperate to be with one, to be with anyone.
Mhm.
Like it makes me
Yeah.
sad, but here we are now talking about the devil and what he's gonna do. He's gonna do everything except tell you the truth. You know, lie, cheat, steal, kill, whatever. You guys got
Yeah,
any
that's
precept?
why that uh I was gonna say the Homelander,
Mhm.
that's representing America, and hey, at the last episode, they were able to kill that motherfucker,
You got it.
and everything was shown on TV though, they were able to see the truth though, and look how desperate he got once he lost his power though.
Hmm.
Fucking he got desperate, he was like, oh, please don't hurt me, he said some wild shit, and then America was able to see that.
And that's how America is. They're
Yep.
they're zesty and wild.
Hmm.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, and that it goes to show, well, look, when they got no power, they're bitches, man. And that showed an example with, when he got his power taken away, he was a bitch though, I'll do anything though, talking about I'll give that guy fellatio anything. Like, man, what the fuck? And that's America, literally.
Yeah. So, anybody else got any precepts? Anything else to say? All right, I'm gonna get the last precept from Romans 3:7 in the NLT. But someone might still argue, how can God condemn me as a sinner if my dishonesty highlights his truthfulness and brings him more glory? You know, you know, what are you gonna do? Just keep lying? You're just gonna keep arguing this and that, a different point here, a different. Oh, but what about this? No, it's still the same thing. Bring out those pedophiles, arrest those pedophiles, give justice
Mhm.
to those victims, give justice to us. See, they're paying reparations for all those January 6 people that got locked up for storming the Capitol, but not us. You know. So with that, hope it was edifying. Till next time, we're gonna give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Makakadosh. Stay prayed up and peace and blessings to all the hopeful elect. Shalom.
So,
Shalom, boys.